this is Tyre Metalhead Weatherman. I hope you guys are doing well, having a good weekend so far. Just dropping a quick video today. Lots happened with today in regards to severe weather threat, and we're mainly going to be going over that. Be honest, I'm probably going to be doing a little bit of double duty here because I was planning to drop the long range forecast today. It's been over a week since I last had put one, and I'm trying to see if I could get close to covering the rest of the month. But as you can see here on this map that I've clicked, we have had a lot of changes. We had only one slight risk area yesterday. We now have three. Multiple MCSs moving through the area, and now an enhanced risk has been issued as well around the Western Plains. We'll take a look at the hazards, and we'll go a little bit more in depth with this. So probably what I'm gonna do also in a couple of hours is after I make this video, once I get the once I get the updated Euro model, I'm probably gonna make the long range video then. So you're gonna get a little bit of rapid fire out of me today, just so I can keep you guys up properly updated and up to speed. Anyway, let's go with the severe weather threat first. Large area of marginal risk for severe weather, going practically from coast to coast just about. Excuse me. We have even areas of Oregon in line for a marginal risk, and it stretches all the way towards the east coast, towards the Delmarva, even pushing towards Long Island. It's kind of crazy to think about. Let's look at our first area, our first slight risk area. We have the Delmarva involved. We're just south of Baltimore and DC, but we have Virginia Beach, Richmond, and parts of North Carolina, maybe even Raleigh as well, involved in this first slight risk area. Then we go towards the Ohio and Tennessee, the Ohio and Valley and Kentucky, and we have Cincinnati and Indy in play for some severe weather, as well as Louisville and Evansville, pretty much the entire western half of Kentucky. Then we go further off to the east. Southern Illinois is in play, and then we even get Kansas City and, well, Jefferson City, and Missouri. Kind of had a little brain fart there. And then our main area of interest, and this is the area that I was mainly looking at yesterday, was this area in the plains, in the central and northern plains. We have Minnesota involved in this slight risk, including the cities of, well, actually this is North Dakota. We have Grand Forks and Fargo in play. We have the western top half of Minnesota in play. Then we go into pretty much all of South Dakota, with the exception of areas around Sioux Falls. We have Pierre, Aberdeen, Valentine, all at risk for some very nasty severe weather. Then we get into the enhanced risk here. Once again, that's Pierre. Then we have Valentine, Rapid City, and this even stretches back towards areas of Montana and Wyoming. Sheridan, you're just outside of that, and you guys are in the slight risk area. And then we have, to the south, we have Colby, Kansas, and McCook, Nebraska in play as well. So there's a lot going on here today. Let's take a look at the hazards now, shall we? Wind threat's very high. I think that's going to be the main threat. And we have an area for significant damaging winds. Kind of had this look yesterday like there could even be a bow echo or a line of thunderstorms, maybe even a derecho. I think that's pushing it a little bit, but you never know. But basically around our enhanced risk region, we have a threat for significant damaging winds now, which is also and it's also highlighted with a 30% risk area as well. Look at the hail threat, and up on the northern tip of that this significant hatch risk area here is where we have our 30% chance of hail. It's a very large significant risk for hail as well, mainly towards the western side of this slight risk here. The threat for hail mainly also exists around the Ohio and the Ohio Valley and heading towards Missouri. When we get to Virginia and Carolina coast, hail threat kind of diminishes a bit. And then there's the tornado threat. Tornado threat's actually a little bit higher over here towards the west. Once we get further east, the tornado threat dwindles, but it's not zero. So all of these areas will need to be watching the weather really closely today. Whether you have plans to go out or if you're just staying at home, just keep an eye out in case a warning gets issued. Alright, so now that we've gone over that, we can get a look at this low-level jet here. Let's see if there's a lot of tornado juice to work with. I'm very doubtful, to be honest. So we go forward here, and HRRR isn't really picking up on a lot. Oh wait, never mind. Get to about late evening hours, about 11 hours out. We get a couple of stronger areas of energy. We get right about at the 50. Some areas even pushing the 60 to 65 knot mark. So we'll have to watch this area super close. Will there be any storms around this time? I'm pretty confident in it, but I'm not entirely sure. Be nice if my sounding would load here too. That'd be really cool. Uh-oh. Well, let's try it again then, I guess. There we go. So far, nothing here. Okay, so I'm not really getting much pulled up over here right now. It's kind of frustrating. Having problems with the HRRR once again. Okay, so I guess the sounding isn't really doing a whole lot for me here. So we'll move this further along. I'm gonna try one more time. Nope, nothing. I don't know what it is with the soundings lately. Maybe I'm just clicking the wrong areas, but it just seems like either the times or the increased low-level jet, it's just not seeming to match right now. I mean, that's okay. That's part of the game sometimes. I'm still kind of inexperienced with using sounding analogs anyway, so that's fine. We'll go on ahead and take a look at the Cape though. And this is what I expect to have really spectacular numbers. Went a little further than I was expecting. So we get sufficient Cape values around this western half of the severe weather threat. We aren't super high into the Cape values either, which is somewhat alarming because whenever we have those slightly lower Cape values but still sufficient, once we get to about that 1500 to 2000 mark, you got to be really careful because those storms will tend to be more isolated, and those are often the ones that produce the stronger tornadoes sometimes. We have a pretty impressive amount of Cape around the Missouri and Ohio valleys, and then around the Delmarva, just south of Delmarva, we have pretty sufficient Cape values as well. I think the main threat for the Missouri heading towards the Ohio Valley is going to be damaging wind. Maybe a little further to the east, you might have a slight increase in tornado threat, but not too sure. Low-level jet wasn't looking too impressive over here. Move that along up to the end of this model run here. There's plenty of Cape also to the southeast here, so don't be surprised if you see a pulse severe storm around some of these areas this evening as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar reflectivity. Euro's finally moving. Okay, now that all this is loaded, here's our upper level low. It's causing our disturbance in the weather here. So we move further and further into the evening. These storms are going to pop up late, but it's kind of interesting how I'm not really getting much of anything in regards to sounding analogs. It's kind of crazy to me, honestly. It's frustrating. Okay, here we go, finally. Can't really rely on the low-level jet map to find sounding analogs. You always just have to use the reflectivity map. We have marginal severe. Might watch this area over here as well. Nope. Never mind. Also got to be careful watching the ISO bars. I'll keep a note of that in the future. Anyway. Alright, so timing of the weather around our westernmost area of severe weather, it's going to be late in the evening and into the overnight possibly. We have a lot of scattered activity expected around the Missouri and Ohio valleys into the afternoon here. I think for the most part around the Carolinas, most of your weather is probably done, to be honest. So I do expect things to kind of downtrend for you guys and things to calm down. So you guys can probably start getting ready for tomorrow. But this is all I got for this video here. Probably keep a lookout over the next few hours for the long range forecast. But until then, this has been Tired Metalhead Weatherman. I'll be seeing you guys real soon.